Listing party. We're partying, guys. I'm just going to list about 10 to 15 items here on eBay. Got our LaCroix cranking. Hope everyone's doing well. Drop questions down below. If you're catching on the replay, let me know what you're working on. How's sales been? First, I'm waiting for the photos to upload to Dropbox, but I'll go over some sales on eBay. It's been amazing. We've been listing consistently now for a full 2 weeks on eBay, between 10 and 20 items per day. And we've sold 23 items. Like I've said, my store is in repair mode, so definitely need to work on just getting the metrics higher, better. We haven't been selling on eBay for the past year, so we're kind of bringing it back to life. And sold 23 items, $54.80 average sale price, $721 net off of those 23 sales. So, yeah, pretty cool, pretty awesome. I'll just show you kind of the things that we're listing. We have a ton of new with tags Lululemon we've been listing, so that's probably why we've been seeing a higher average sale price. And then also trying to get rid of these band tees as well. So that's what we're working with. And then Poshmark has been insane. I think this is 12 days of listing every day on Poshmark. Let's see. Let's go to Closet Insights. And the sales on Poshmark have been insane. I just withdrew around $1,000 into my bank from Poshmark over the last 11 days. Yeah, that was a couple days ago. So on the 11th, we started listing consistently. And then you can see we've made a sale every day since the 18th, which is amazing. I truly believe it's because they changed that shipping price by a couple dollars, which can be helpful for buyers. We had a $433 day. I think that was on Saturday or Sunday. But it's been great. Been great. And just, kind of listing on both platforms. 373 items listed. I'm going to go ahead and list these items. I got some Hokas, some band tees, some men's Lululemon and such. It is amazing, my friend. It is amazing. How you doing? How's everybody doing? Let me know if you have questions. Have you seen an uptick in sales? Have you seen people kind of buying more winter stuff? What are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on? All right, I'm going to download these, and then we're going to upload them into Easy Flip and go from there. But hope everyone's having a great day. Just kind of want to jump on here randomly live and just hang out with you guys because I'm doing this anyway. So why not put the camera on? Kind of just give you also an update on like the sales and stuff. So yeah, so it's been nice. Kind of just in cruise control. I would love to list more, but I think it's important that as resellers, you shouldn't be listing so much more than you're selling. So it's like we're only selling like 2 items a day, so it's going to take a while to get the algorithm going. But with Poshmark, I think Poshmark's pulling in. I mean, how many have we sold? We've sold 34 items in 24th in 13 days. So that's nice in addition to eBay. So yeah, selling like 4 items a day over the last 2 weeks. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that's downloading, almost done. And then we're going to take them into Easy Flip and drag and drop. Simple. So let's see, where's my eBay folder? Delete these. That's yesterday. And let's do it. One thing I just implemented on Easy Flip was auto background removal and the ability to use a virtual model to put your items on a model. So I know like with women's clothing, we've sold a lot of women's clothing, like getting it to sit on the flat lay while taking photos is just really hard. Also, it's just like you could use a mannequin, but that takes a ton of time. So we just built that feature in here to be able to just list the item on a mannequin or background removal, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I thought it could be helpful for me. So, hey, why not implement it? Also, there was some feedback asking for that. Someone wanted auto background removal. I do think that it makes the photos look a lot nicer. I mean, you can see these Hokas right here. It's like a huge old stack of clothing behind it. We don't have like a photo station for shoes, so I'll go through that auto background removal. Should look nice and crispy. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Hope everyone's doing well. Appreciate you coming in. Um, this is basically just what I've been working on Easy Flip and listing items. I'm also working on another couple other side projects um, in addition to building this app out as well. So let's see, how many listings are we uploading? Probably about 10 listings or so. And as that uploads, we will wait. And yeah. The other thing that I'm working on is called Perfecta Pick. It is it's mainly geared towards real estate, but you know, before and after photos, just kind of clean up for real estate agents to be able to edit their photos. So this is something we're working on the side, since Easy Flip is more about just implementing features now that people want, and this is the new thing we're working on. Completely different project, but using those AI technologies that are out now is amazing. So you can build basically anything you want. So we built this, mainly geared towards real estate agents and brokerages. So that's the fun thing that I'm working on the side. So yeah, want to keep you up to date if you care. So let's see. Now I'm going to assign the SKU number for my shoes, for my Hokas. It's crazy. Hokas pretty much sell for almost retail price on eBay. They were selling in our whatnot shows for like $50, and it's like I buy them for 50. So we just put them all on eBay, and they're like, I think some of them retail for like $180. We're listing them for like 150, 130, and they're selling. So that's nice. I'll just put shelf because I don't put a SKU on these. Shelf works for me. Oh, I gotta put in a SKU. Shelf 1. There we go. Okay, now we're on 25005. There we go. Yeah, give it a try. I just tell people like, hey, give it a try. If you don't like it, let me know, and I'll refund you your money. This is something I use every day, and I want to build it like for my business, but I also want to build it for your business too. So I'm really open to feedback. A lady had messaged me the other day, and she's like, "Man, I really wish you would put in auto background removal and like the virtual model feature." And I was like, you know what? We can hook up the API. It's a free pick API that uses Nano Banana, but it's a Gemini 2.5 Flash image model. And you just hook up the API, and then you send a prompt, and basically you can edit photos within the back end of whatever app you're building. That's what Perfecta uses. And then we use the Magnific Precision API to upscale the real estate photos. But that's basically what we're doing on the back end for this background removal and for the virtual model staging. So we just did that today. And yeah. One things we're working on is just getting better at item specifics for this app, where we used to just be able to fill in 5 to 7 item specifics. In addition to the required item specifics. Now we're getting it to like 10 to 15 item specifics that it fills out, depending on what the AI analysis returns back. So we don't want it just making up stuff. So that's something we're improving on. Also, market analysis. The thing we're implementing in tomorrow using the TerraPeak data is sell-through rate and average sale price. So that's going to be in the edit modal that pops up on the next page. That will just give people, like, I want to build this for me. I don't want to have to go check comps and have different pages open and check things. I just want it like all within the listing modal, and I just want it to be there. So like I want it like, what does this sell for and how fast did it sell? Okay, now I know whether to buy that again and what to price it at, just so you can make better decisions when you're sourcing or whatever you want to do. So those are the things we're working on tomorrow. And then also categories, like you can list, like I listed a baseball bat, a Barbie doll, a board game, a golf club, a book, a video game, action figures, and all those categories work. We just implemented the OCR detection for ISBN numbers, so it helps bring in more item specifics for people who list books. So yeah, I don't know if that's exciting for you guys, but I'm just talking about the things that I'm working on, and that's just what I'm doing. Um, I just want to make it the best. I know it takes time. I'm a solo person working on this. I'm just trying not to break things, but I'm also trying to be conscious of what would serve the community best. And this is like day 65 we've been working on this project. So yeah, it's been fun. But trying to, if you're watching on this replay, what are some other things that you would like to see? I know probably better like data tracking would be helpful for people maybe using spreadsheets or whatever. We'll see. I think for the most part, we just want to focus on this main feature, but I want to hear feedback from the community because I want to know. I want to know. All right. So just putting in some of the bucket pricing that we do for this, for these items. All right. I almost kept those soft jersey joggers. They're amazing. All right, so let's see next. And then I'll show you, let's see. I definitely want to remove the background from these because it looks bad. The background looks terrible. The background's not good. So size 12. And that's just because we don't have a photo setup for shoes. So remove background. And while that does that, I might just remove the background on all of these. I think our dog is in the background in some of these. Yeah, Nifty's a good one. There's so many out there, it's hard to choose. So we'll remove background on that, and then we'll get it listed. Save changes, listing updated. I do want to do these pants. Let's see. I've just implemented that feature, so I don't even know how it's going to look on model. Let's see. While it does this thing. No, it's still doing it. Whoops. So you kind of have to wait till it finishes before you close out. Awesome. All right. Looks good to me. It should populate and publish. Probably going to go a little slow just because I want to make some changes to the listings. But yeah, if you guys have questions, let me know. Hope you like the thumbnail. We're in party mode. And then let's pick that up on eBay. Like for testing purposes, like here's some of the tests. I think for women's clothes, it just looks better. You know, there's the background removed, and then there's the on model. So, and then this was hilarious. Whitney Houston did a good job. So here's the original, and put it on the AI model. And there we go, $2. So yeah, and then this one went through. Just testing the features. I wanted to keep the original photo too. But yeah, it just kind of gives people an idea like what it looks like. So we're going to rock with it. I think it helps better with conversion, honestly, Same thing with the white background removal. So we'll do it with this item next, which is a women's anthropology top. So we'll go ahead and do that. Hope everyone's doing well. What are you guys working on? What are you doing? We're listing stuff. This is a listing party. I was going to list anyways by myself, but I was like, you know what? Let's turn the camera on. Let's go live. Just want to know like what's selling in your business. What are you guys working on? What are you listing? Are jackets selling? What's going on? Just taking you through the process using Easy Flip and just showing you kind of how it all works. So we just implemented the on model feature and then remove background feature in your photos. So it just gives a little bit better look to it. Besides my background's not always the best. But yeah, so we're removing the background. We're getting these things listed. The AI analysis works. We're working on getting better at the item specifics so it fills out as many as possible. And then pricing as well. There is a market feature. So remove the background. We are going to be improving this tomorrow. But right now it pulls active and sold comps and just lets you know like what's the price range. But I also want to implement sell-through rate and better Terapeak data just so we can really get a good idea of like, hey, you know, what is the sell-through rate for this particular item that I'm listing, so I don't have to keep jumping back and forth between eBay and Easy Flip. Kind of annoying. So that's new with tags, new with tags. Then we can start working on this. Shorts. Let's add on model. These are zeroed in shorts, men's 5-inch, linerless, size medium, 68 retail. So while that's working through it, I might end up adding a feature where you could just select all of your listings. Like once you're on the publish to eBay page and just say, you know, what do you want to do? Do you want to remove the background on the primary photo, or do you want to see it, put it on a women's? So let's close that out and let's just remove the background. So there's still some fine tuning to do, whether it's men's or women's. So we could have it look at the title after the AI analysis and feed that into the prompt so it knows like, hey, this is men's shorts. Put it on a man. So yeah, but I think the remove background white on white, I don't know how that's going to look, but we'll see. Well, better than my background. All right, so we'll publish that. But yeah, my goal with eBay and Poshmark is to start to implement some thrifted clothing as well, because you know we only have maybe 400 units left of the new with tags Lululemon. And once we run out, I want to be able to keep listing, right? That's like the main thing with eBay is like you want to try to list every day, or you could do like batch listings maybe every other day, like list 50 every other day or whatever. But that's like my plan is to, you know, we have a really good thrift store about an hour away, and if I just go once a week, I mean, it's really good. Everyone knows the red, white, and blue is so good, that thrift store. So we're going to be basically, you know, trying to source 70 to 150 items. Just depends on what they have. And that's going to determine what we list every week, just depending on how much stuff I can find. So, yeah, that's kind of my plan, my vision for it. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. If you're catching this on the replay, let me know what you're looking for. As far as like features that we could build into the app, and go from there. So let's put this on a model. And shorts. I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit more and just add in some features that could be helpful for resellers. Perfect. Great. Looks amazing. All right, we got a scuba. Scuba in the washed denim. On model. Sweet. Looks great. And you can always move these photos around too if you want. Looks good to me. Just make sure they're coming on to eBay. Awesome. We'll see if that helps with the conversion. I think it will. I think it will, especially for women's clothing. I've never gotten women's clothing to look good on our flat lay. It's just like, looks terrible. It's like if you're doing dresses or something that like needs to be actually modeled, you know, it's I think gonna help. Probably not so much for men's clothing, but whatever. So that's coming on nice. How about this Anthropology top? So that looks pretty accurate. It's pleated. Looks good to me. New with tags. Awesome. All right. Next item, AC/DC shirt. Pretty sure this is women's. Extra small. Put it in men's so we could change the category. And women's tops. Save. Alright, let's see the item specifics. Cool beans. And let's put it on a model. Hope everyone's doing well. What are you listing? What is everyone listing right now? We're going to stick with clothing on eBay just because that's what I know. And I know that we have access to amazing clothing at the thrift store just up the road. It's hard not to list a bunch of stuff, especially with Easy Flip. It just makes listing so much easier, you know, especially, you know, I'm not super knowledgeable in other categories. So for me as a clothing reseller, it's, you know, on autopilot, but it would make, you know, listing video games and other things much easier. So that took a while to implement those other categories. So these are all filled out. Short sleeve, crew neck. Let's try it again. Let's see. How did the scuba turn out? It's looking pretty accurate. Pretty good. Except mine's all wrinkled, the original. Oops. Where am I? There we go. Remove. Oh, I put it on a model much later. Okay. Let's see. So that hasn't been listed yet, and then we'll list this item. Awesome. All right. I'll put a link to Easy Flip down below. Just really trying to help people save some time as well as myself. I just don't have a lot of time to be listing items manually anymore like I used to. So really just trying to build something that's going to help save, resellers more time in that listing process. Okay, so it listed those items. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. If you catch it on the replay, have questions, let me know. Hope you're doing well. We'll come back for the other listing party. I do this every day, we list 10, 20 items every day. But yeah, hope you guys have a blessed rest of the day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.